For 100,000 seabirds, the Bass Rock off the coast of North Berwick is the most significant place on Earth. On May the 21st, 2000, the presence of another flight signalled a remarkable development in the story of this unique place. His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales arrived to open the Scottish Seabird Centre. A proud moment for the man whose family owns the rock, Sir Hugh Hamilton Dalrymple.
The Bass Rock is my proudest family possession, and anything connected with the Bass Rock and anything connected with North Berwick, which my family has long been connected with, is of immense interest to all of us here today.
It was the greatest excitement that North Berwick has seen for many years, the Royal Seal of Approval for the best centre of its type in the world, and a moment of genuine delight for the centre director, Tom Brock.
This will be a worldwide centre of excellence, so things are just going to get bigger and better from here on in. It's a national resource, so we want as many people to come down as possible, find out all about things, try the live cameras for themselves, and we hope to grow and develop into the future and become more important.
Well, it's fabulous, isn't it? I mean, we've been blessed after all the effort that's gone in, the fundraising that's gone on, the local community feeling about it all. Here we are blessed with the Firth of Forth like a mill pond, sun blazing down, has done for the last 2 or 3 days, so it's a rare treat, and everybody's foregathered. The pipes are jingling and the drums thumping in the background. It's everything you could wish for in East Lothian, so it's very exciting.
Inside, new technology harnesses the primitive mystery of the seabirds of Scotland. Until recently, the birds who inhabit the Bass Rock were distant and mysterious to the casual observer. But now, the story of one of the most remarkable natural wonders in the world has become a living experience which can be shared in dramatic close-up by every visitor to the Scottish Seabird Centre.
Well, it ought to be huge. I mean, we're ecology sort of minded, we're environmentally correct, we're supporting nature, we're hopefully educating people in a lot of civil sort of way about how they should be treating our countryside, and in particular in this case our shorelines and our islands.
For architect Stuart Brown, the spirit of the seabird is encapsulated in the shape of his building.
We felt that this was a seabird centre, so we really wanted to have something rather like a seabird, the wing of a seabird or a part of a bird. And so that's really where the inspiration for the roof came from. It's a swooping, sweeping shape. But there was a strong ecological agenda as well, that we wanted this building to not use up materials from far places, so we tried to select materials that were locally available. All the stone comes from local quarries, the timber comes from Scottish forests wherever we could. And really what we're trying to do is have a building that was naturally lit, was naturally ventilated, and used natural material.
The very heart of the centre is the extraordinarily detailed display on the lower floor, dominated by a stunning model of the Bass Rock itself. The impact of the display makes it a fascinating and hugely enjoyable fun day out for any visitor. But as the Prince of Wales found, there's also a strong educational aspect to the display, with hands-on exhibits which are actually part of the scientific research, aimed at promoting and preserving the singular features of this unique natural phenomenon.
Yes. And we've been volunteers since.
The ultimate point of the Seabird Centre is to enable everyone who visits to experience the wonder of the Bass Rock without disturbing and destroying it. Today's technology makes that happen to astonishing effect. A microwave video link brings the visitor closer to the birds than ever before.
I came to live in North Berwick and I started a design business, and from my office I looked out onto the Bass Rock. And one day a friend of mine who works with disabled people, a chap called Mike Martin, came along and brought his telescope, and we were looking through the window at the Bass Rock, and he said, I really need to get a new telescope. And I said, well, telescopes are old hat, Mike. What we need is a TV camera on the lighthouse tower. And he said, you know, that is a cracking idea. And that was the start of the project.
I think the centre can only develop further. I mean, as it stands at the moment, what we have in the centre is really the first of many stages. The centre should develop on a more educational basis, and as the research comes in and as the footage from the islands comes in, this will be used for future research, and it's expected that this will become more of an educational establishment as well as very much an interesting visitor attraction.
For thousands of years, the gannet has been drawn to the Bass Rock by an almost mystical force. The centre is here to ensure that the almost spiritual nature of the rock remains untouched for another 1,000 years. But as the Millennium Commission admits, that is only made possible by a great deal of money.
We give them 1.3 million.
We haven't had it all yet.
The work that I'm doing is based purely on the capital asset that the project will provide, so that we are here to assist them to get the project up to this stage. They then have to take over and run it. But unlike some of the other lottery distributors, we are actually very involved now with our projects in assessing their ongoing viability and looking at their operational opportunities, so that we make sure that when we do actually hand the building to them, or when they take over the building, they have got the best chance to run it as a successful enterprise in the future. All of our projects are new enterprises.
Yes, absolutely.
Hearing that amongst others Scottish Life Assurance had donated thousands of pounds, Prince Charles had only one reaction.
God for sponsors.
Well, absolutely. A lot of our staff live in Edinburgh in the Lothians region, and they certainly like to see us being involved in the local community, putting something back into the community that helps us be a successful company.
But no matter how powerful the financial support from sponsors, it was the untiring work of all the volunteers and the public which finally made the centre possible.
At first it was very difficult to get support, but by having the Buy a Brick campaign and by having the centre, more and more people became interested. And it was all about spreading awareness and getting the people of North Berwick and East Lothian behind the project. About 1 week prior to closing down the information centre on the harbour side, we achieved £10,000 through Buy a Brick, and that was through Buy a Brick alone.
I just wanted on this occasion to offer my own heartfelt congratulations to all those who've been involved in putting so much work into this project. And before I finally entrust myself to the mercies of these waters around the Bass Rock, which thankfully are looking a little calmer than I had expected, I just wanted now to declare open the Scottish Seabird Centre.
Even for royalty, a few minutes' visit by boat is the nearest one can get to the gannetry. But one man has come closer than anyone to understanding the world of the Bass Rock. Dr. Brian Nelson lived there for 3 years.
The word unique is bandied around, but it really is unique. The birds are incredibly tame, and the path that the lighthouse made leads now literally within a foot of the nearest nesting gannet. So you're actually walking through a dense nesting mass of gannets, which you couldn't do in any other gannetry. Plunge diving, of course, is unique amongst our seabirds in that they will gravity dive or power dive from a tremendous height and then swim underwater and catch fish. But also their social life is quite unique. They're very, very aggressive birds, and they fight often very damagingly, and they have lovely ritualized displays, and that was one of my main interests, the way they communicate with each other via a sort of signal language.
We hope there are going to be something like 50,000 visitors to the centre each year. I think that's perhaps even a modest hope, and that number of people coming to East Lothian, a lot of them are new visitors. They'll not only see North Berwick and benefit North Berwick, but hopefully to get here they'll have driven through East Lothian and they'll see what a nice place it is, and they'll be minded to come back.
There's no other granite rock can compare with it for sheer spectacle. And no other bird rock, I should say. Especially if you've got a bit of wind where you get masses of gannets hover gliding along the cliff and literally standing on the updrafts. That's something that no other seabird does on a regular basis.
A day of great pride for the hundreds of people who toiled to make the Scottish Seabird Centre a success. A centre not just for North Berwick, but for all of Scotland, and to ensure a flourishing future for a unique natural treasure.